If you're looking for the fastest, cheapest, and most reliable coins on the market, be sure to check out AOEAH.com. Use discount code DSG at checkout for 3% off your order. Link is in the description and the pinned comment down below. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is the SG coming today with another Madden 23 video. And today I'm going to be ranking the top 5 best receivers right now in Madden 23. In case you guys are new here on the channel, all I do is post no money methods and tips. So if you're looking for training points, coins, or XP, this is the place to be because, like I said, all I really do is post no money methods and tips. If you guys have any questions or any differences you'd like to see in my list, let me know down below. Leave a comment and I'll answer your comments as soon as possible. Today we're doing the top 5 receivers. These receivers are all listed based upon price, theme teams, height, attributes, stuff like that. We're not just looking at the highest overall. We're looking at a bunch of different things as well. So starting in at number 5, an honorable mention would be Keyshawn Johnson. He's a free card, it's a free card. He's just not really that good anymore. So that's why he is an honorable mention. So coming at number 1, we have Courtland Sutton. Listen, this card is free. He's by no means like the best card in the game, but it's a free card. He's 6'3". Speed is alright. He's just very average. To be honest, he's just very, very average. So can't say much about him because, like I said, he's just very average. So Courtland Sutton coming to number 3 or coming to number 5. Just the stats all around. 6'3" is very average in this game. 88 speed is very average in this game right now. The 90 jumping is pretty good, I guess, but everything else, it's just very, very average for a card that is an 89 overall, but he's free. So that's kind of why I have him at number 5. It's a free card. Theme teams aren't too great, so yeah, that is why he is here. All right. So moving in at number 4, this is a card that I've never used, but I've gone up against him a lot. And personally, this card is, it's still a very good card. Prices have definitely gone up. But that's the way it is right now. That's not a surprise. The price have gone up. We're already used to that. It's been like this for almost 2 weeks now. But we have, he's probably gonna be right here. Yep, Larry Fitzgerald in at number 4. Look, this card is just really good. He's 6'3". Obviously look at the stats. They're pretty average as well. But he's just a little bit better than Courtland Sutton. The route running's a little bit better. The jumping and catching is a little bit better. And his stats actually play a little bit above, I feel like, what it actually says. I feel like he plays almost like a 91 or 92 overall. They actually made his card very usable this year because he's a little bit faster. He has a Legends team chem as well. So that just makes him quite a bit more useful, especially all these past players. They're going to be a bit more useful than the current day players because they have that Legends chem. So, yeah, looking at this card, you can just see the stats. They aren't obviously top of the line right now, but for a card that's about 300K, this card is very good at wide receiver. So I'd recommend getting him if I were you, if you can afford him, obviously. And if you don't have him, I would really recommend him. So that is him at number 4. Moving in at number 3, okay? Like I said, we're doing a lot of this stuff off price, and I have experience with this card, and so that's kind of why I want to put him here. I want to talk about Randy Moss, and I apparently cannot type this morning. I don't know what's going on, but this is an older card, you guys know, but this card only goes for like 250K right now, and it is a monster card. I think he's better than Fitzgerald, almost better than Crabtree, in my opinion. You could argue that, but Moss always plays above his stats. It's just a thing that happens. I don't know why. This card can get up to 90 or 89 speed with Raiders chem, 88 speed with Legends chem. He has so many good chemistries. It's pretty crazy. And his stats, you can see his stats. He plays above his stats. Randy Moss cards will always play 2 stats above what it actually says, whether it's a defensive card or offensive card, because he does sometimes get defensive cards. He has one in this game already. Randy Moss just always plays above what it says. In this card, I used him literally since pretty much the day he came out. I used him. This card was amazing for me. It's been amazing for me. I only sold him because I sold my team, because I was just trying to save coins because the market was going really high, and I'm just kind of hoping for a market crash. So I sold all my team, but when I was using him, this card got the job done by far. Love this card. He's also a pretty good run blocker as well. So I don't know if it says he is or not, but I feel like he does do pretty good at blocking, probably because he's 6'4". And, he's 210 pounds as well. So, Randy Moss coming in, I think we're at number 3 right there. And coming in at number 2, this was a really tough one. To make a top 5 receiver list, they've added so many receivers lately. It is kind of hard to pick, pick a couple. So, I'm going to kind of show you guys a couple names here that you could fit in number 2, okay? Because number 1, I think, is pretty definitive right now. But, number 2, right? You could put Crabtree here. I think Crabtree's a little bit better than Moss. He played really good for me. I used him personally, so I can tell you from personal use. This card is very good. Looking at his stats here, he's going to be 90 speed of Legends chem or Raiders chem or Niners chem. He has great chemistries, right? The route running is great. And, the spec catch, the catching, jumping, catching traffic, all that stuff is really good. He's 6'1", but he still mosses people. I don't know how he does it, but he does. So this card is very good. So that's Crabtree at number 2. Also at number 2, I didn't know who to pick for this. I generally didn't know who to pick because it was so difficult. We can talk about Herman Moore as well. This card is a little more expensive, but at 500K, this guy plays really, really well. I think he's a little bit taller than, he's taller than Crabtree. Stats are a little bit better as well, like the route running and stuff like that, but he's a little more expensive, so that's why I didn't know if I should put him number 2 or not. The stats are better on Herman Moore, and he's taller, so his teams aren't as good. He does get Legends, obviously, but he gets Lions, and I think he might get one more. I forget what the other one was. But yeah, so you could go with him. And another one, if you really do not care about how many coins you're spending, this would be an amazing card for you to pick up. We can talk about DK Metcalf. I mean, a tall receiver, fast, athletic, crazy stats. Like this card, this is debatably the best card in the game. Like literally, this is, you could argue this is the best card in the game, not just wide receivers, best card all around. But the only thing that I didn't know if I should put him on the list or not is because he is so expensive. So it just kind of depends on what your budget is. Like DK Metcalf is amazing. In like the last 2 weeks, they've added so many good receivers. It's absolutely crazy. You can look at his stats there. It's kind of just the same as everyone else. He's tall, great route running, great catching, jumping, super athletic. You know what I mean? And one more that I could just point out right here would be Chad Johnson, right? Just all depends on price. Like for 500K, this is what you're getting. A lot of these guys are so similar. A lot of these guys have very similar stats. I wouldn't really put him on this list because he has deep route running, but other than that, it's a little bit underwhelming. The spec catch is cool and stuff, but for a deep threat, you want to be a little bit faster and you want to be a little bit taller. So I don't know if I'd put him on this list as well. And I think one more that we could talk about would be Devontae Smith. So I don't know. Does his name start with A? I think it does start with A. I think if I just do this, it should work, right? Where are we at here? Okay, maybe I just spelled his name wrong. I just put in Smith. But yeah, so this is another good card as well. And another one coming out today is Plaxico Burst. All depends on his price. His attributes look really good, but just depends on Plaxico Burst's stats. This card is, for 91, I think you can get much better out of this. Like, if you look at his stats, I don't understand how this is a 91 overall. This looks like it's about a 90 overall card because there's only two stats in the 90s. So I don't totally understand that. So I wouldn't put Devontae Smith on this list, but I'm just kind of going over the guys you could select. But he's a little too short for me and stuff like that. So you could probably figure out by now who number 1 is. He is expensive, but he is very, very good. And like this is the best card in the game. I'm just gonna be honest. I think it's the best card in the game. I forgot that's not his name in this game. His name is Megatron. So this card is insane. The card art alone is worth the price. Look at this card art, man. Look at this. That is a robot. That is a robot at wide receiver. I don't understand it. It's crazy. But you can see his stats. He's 6'5". Calvin Johnson will probably be the best receiver in this year's game. He'll be better than Randy Moss. Usually Calvin isn't the best card in the game. I think Calvin will be the best card in the game this year when he gets golden tickets, stuff like that. But yeah, this card is just unbelievable. 91 speed, 94 jumping. That is just incredible. Catching, 88. Catching traffic, 89. Doesn't matter. He's going to outrun everyone, so catching traffic doesn't totally matter. 94 spec catch. That's absurd. The short route running is a little underwhelming, but who cares when there is 94 deep route running? When I get this card, because I will eventually when the market comes down a little bit, this card is getting put on deep routes, post routes, all that stuff every time. Like this card is unbelievable. There's not much to say about it other than it's just absolutely crazy. So Calvin Johnson coming at number 1. The price is definitely unfortunate, but you guys got to understand, we're on this pack strike. EA does at the headquarters. They know we're on this pack strike, okay? The thing is, it's just not going to get resolved in a week or two. It'll be resolved for the next 2 weeks, I assume. Maybe even at the start of the next season, because I think we have 2 weeks left on the season. I could see them kicking off the next season with better pack odds, stuff like that. I could see that kind of going on. It's not going to be perfect by any means, because EA is still going to want as much money as they can get. But eventually we're going to kind of get our way. The market will come down, and in probably 2 weeks, Calvin Johnson will be like 400K, and I'll probably pick him up in like a week and a half. Before he comes all the way down. So that is kind of what I'm looking at here. He'll probably also come down when Team Diamonds come out. There's going to be a lot of good receivers in Team Diamonds, I assume, and that should drive his price down a little bit. Hopefully there's like one better card than Calvin Johnson at receiver. That way his price will be affected and his price will come down. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I hope that is the case because I want this card because tall receivers is absolutely the meta, and Calvin Johnson is one of the tallest, just most athletic receivers that the NFL's ever seen. So, yeah, that is really all I have for you guys today. If you want me to do more tier lists, stuff like this in the future, let me know down below. I know I've done a couple of these throughout the year, but it's I kind of spread them out sometimes. Sometimes I'll do like 2 within a week, and then I'll go like 2 weeks without it. If you want to see it more consistently, let me know down below. and I will do this for you guys. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll talk to you later. Stay safe for me. Peace out.